Welcome back to Ask the Experts, our program where we take your question and fan it out to our panel of a dozen or so experts to get the best answers, solutions, and concepts to help you in your work. It all begins by you going to our website at NACMBCS.org and clicking on Ask an Expert at the top of the page. Type in your question, and usually within 24 hours, you'll get a written answer directly to you. We've decided to take those questions and those answers, package them up into this video podcast for the benefit of all of our members. It's free, and we hope you'll look at the resulting library as a tool you can always turn to. I want to thank our good friends at United Transactions who are sponsoring this episode for their great service over the years and for helping us with the project. If you need ACH, check guarantee, or credit card services, or any other payment processing needs, let us know and we'll provide an introduction to you. Our members who have used them have stuck with them for many years, and there's a reason for that, and we're glad to have them as a partner in this enterprise. Let's go on with today's question, and it comes to us from member Tiffany. She has a difficult customer. I have an applicant who's been associated with 2 previous accounts that were approved but have ended up on the rocks. When their new credit application came through, I processed it as usual, but it didn't look so good, so I turned them down via letter. The customer calls every other week, sometimes up to 2 times a week, wanting a detailed answer as to why an account will not be granted. Upon explanation of the turn down, the applicant wants further elaboration for the turn down, and that just frankly becomes quite time consuming. At this point, I'm out of words. My higher-ups tell me to tell them we have the right to refuse service, but I'm looking for something leaning more on a customer service-based response model. The previous accounts were both very time-consuming to manage. Payment history and derogatory credit with other suppliers constantly came up, and their constant threats to go to their attorney, who was also a member of one of the previous accounts and a relative of said applicant. That leads me to not even want to get involved with this third go-around. Any help would be greatly appreciated, as this is my first experience in this situation. So for this one, we're going to turn to our good friend Thea Dudley, who is a consultant, author, and speaker at many conferences. She's also a great former customer of ours, and we continue to do a lot of projects together. Thea has a lot of good experience, and it seemed appropriate to turn to her for this one. So let's see what she has to say. Hi, Thea. Welcome, and thanks for doing this. You've seen Tiffany's question. What do you think?
I think that this guy probably knows why she doesn't want to open him, and he just thinks if I keep on it, if I keep dogmatic, if I'm just kind of a bully, I'll just wear her down. Just wear her down, and she'll eventually say yes, give me a quick 5,000, and then it just kind of goes from there. So there's a couple different routes you can take. One, I put together at one company I worked with that we didn't open anybody that hadn't been open for a year. They hadn't been in business for a year, and that was just, hey, look, this is our policy. You're welcome to do our COD. They might still not like it, but you're like, look, this is just standard. You got to be in business at least a year. And then the other way is, honey, just bite the bullet and have a conversation with them. Look, we've had your account here twice before. You had different companies here. You're still leading it. They did not go well. And right now you don't have a lot of credit out there with this account. So we're going to take it slow. Let's do 6 months COD. If we don't have any problems with the account, we can reevaluate then. But right now I'm just not ready to take another bite of this apple. He's probably still not going to be happy, but you can't get any plainer than that. It's like you have a trail of dead bodies behind you, and we're 2 of them.
So it sounds to me like in this case, there's a rich history. The member asking the question knows really all she needs to know about this guy, but just in case there's something out there, would you consider this a good case to take to an industry trade group to talk about with colleagues?
Absolutely. It's always fun to throw that name out there that everyone goes, oh, yeah. Yeah, good call. You need to stay away, or hey, here's my experience. If you can get to this person, you get your bill paid on time. So, there's a lot of value there. And that's where that networking and that interconnection comes in. So I think it's a great question to throw out there to the group.
That's great. So before we leave, you have a new book out. It's not so new, actually. It's been out for a few months, but would you take a quick second and tell our viewers a little something about it?
It is called The Credit Overlord's Guide to Credit and Collections, and it's available on Amazon. And if you've ever worked in credit for any length of time, you probably could have written this book too, because everybody I know that sees it says, "Oh my gosh, you're in my head with me. I live this." I'm like, honey, we all do. We all live this life. So if you're new to credit, it's a nice insight to glimpse what your future can be. And it's super fun. Don't think that it's just because it's credit. It's not fun. We are the funnest people in the company, but it
True.
definitely, has a spin on credit and sales and dealing with, managing up, managing down, managing customers. It's just a fun read.
That's great. And for her question, I'm going to send Tiffany a copy of it so that
Thank
she
you.
can read it, and we'll help a little bit that way. So Thea, as always, thank you for your help. We appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll see you again on Ask the Experts with another great question from one of our members.
Well, thanks for having me. As always, it's fun to be here with you.
Okay. Have a good day.